lahat, mga ka-UJ, magandang gabi. I am Sister Bea and this is the Season 3 of Unity Junction Radio. Woohoo! Hello po sa inyong lahat. At katulad nga po ng sinabi namin sa amin po mga teasers itong mga nakarang araw, hindi na po ako nag-iisa, hindi na po isa lang ang host nyo tuwing Sabado ng gabi. Because with me po, we have Brother Randel. O papakilala ko muna po siya bago po siya mag-hello po sa inyo. Ayun po si Kuya Randel. He is one of INCMV playlist's frequent guests po. So kung napanood niyo na before, ayan, kilala niyo na po siya. He is a commercial airline pilot, a husband and a father, and he's the president po of the Christian Employees Association Aviation Chapter. So I'm very excited for this season. Kaya naman po palakpakan natin, i-welcome po natin Kuya Randel! Hello, Kuya Randel!
Hi, Bea, and hello to all our viewers, not just here in the Philippines, but also from different locales and districts all across the globe. And we have a handful, actually, Bea, of changes and add-ups to the Season 3 of UJ Radio.
Yes, Kuya. Kaya po, I think you're prepared for this one, Kuya Randel. Kayo po ang mag-introduce ng ating mga aabangan this season.
Okay, to begin with, we have topic discussions. So we will be inviting guests to discuss timely and relevant information that would all be able to relate to, learn from, and above all, hopefully benefit from it.
Yes.
Especially right now for our Pilots Edition or for our first edition program of this third Season 3 will be entailing about traveling the new normal way. Well, I suppose after all the ECQ, the GCQ, pagkatapos ng lahat ng mga travel ban and restrictions, like you, Bea, and I, a lot of our viewers are really into planning already. Kung anong gagawin nila, saan sila pupunta. But before that, this program will be very helpful for them. We will give them heads up, what to expect, how to prepare for it, the difference of the traveling scheme before and today.
Yes, yun ang aming pag-uusapan ngayong gabi, and yan po ay sneak peek pa lang ng aming Season 3. And besides that po, we also have, Kuya Randel, I think we have a couple more new segments for Season 3.
That's correct. To add up to that, Bea, we also have mini vlogs, which we have two. We have for the tech segment, the technology segment, we will be taught on how to basically use our technology in order to participate in the so many church activities and above all to propagate our faith. We also encourage our viewers for the Season 3 to help out, give in, and show us their interests, their hobbies, and we'll be having more interaction with our viewers actually. But above all, the last but the most important of all, we'll be having a new segment which is basically what the Bible teaches.
Yes.
So this would tie up everything, what we've learned, what we've discussed personally, and how it would guide us towards towards what we're doing, not just in daily life, but above all in our services to the Almighty God.
Yes, yun po. Ayan nga, yan ang mga i-ready po namin para po sa inyo this Season 3 kasi gusto po namin, syempre, we would like to continue to inspire all of you po. Pati naman po kami na i-inspire. Gusto po namin i-share lahat po yan sa inyo. And of course, besides that, we have our fun segments. We have Soundcheck, ang inyo pong paborito, at syempre ang Mouthwash kung saan po paminsan-minsan kami pong hosts at yung guest naman ang nacha-challenge. Besides that, of course, we have our shoutouts. Hindi po namin kayo malilimutan. And of course, your requested INC music videos. So do not miss a single episode of UJ Radio Season 3. Hindi po pwede yan. Samahan niyo po kami tuwing Sabado ng alas 7 ng gabi. At okay, so mag-ready na po kami para sa aming topic discussion because we will go to our first INCMV for tonight. We have our first one. This is Windstorms. Enjoy mga kapatid, and we'll be right back.
This world is full of pain. suffering and anxiety, war and disaster, eagles playing society. Kids go hungry, parents lose their jobs. Some say they don't have any more time for God. Yes, living this world is a struggle for everybody. It's hard to breathe, what is a danger? All surrounded like a dark cloud at a doorstep trying to enter. But you servants of God will never surrender.
God is on the side, with him we can survive. Withstanding all these calamities, threatening lives. If we're knocked down, that's another chance to rise and prove our faith as members of the Church of Christ. Fierce winds are coming, flood waters around, earthquakes bringing entire cities to the ground. But we will stand tall amidst the wreckage all around, holding on to the promise of the eternal crown.
God in heaven, today is drawing near. All the people of this wicked earth are now living in fear. But we do not lose hope. Your promise is inside. We are children, never worry because we
come and listen. There's a rise in the rate of crime. Violence, every corner striking at any time. We try to fight our fears, the tears we keep from crying. Still it's hard to fight the pain when somebody we love is dying. Don't give up on prayer and don't give up the battle. This world isn't our home, but on this ground we must travel. Pray to God for strength and stability, unwavering faith, sincere love and humility.
Oppressed on every side but not crushed, perplexed but not driven to despair, persecuted but not abandoned, attacked but not destroyed, cause our God will always be there. We may be hard pressed on every side and not crushed, perplexed but not driven to despair, persecuted but not abandoned, attacked but not destroyed, cause our God will always be there.
God in heaven, the day is drawing near. All the people of this wicked earth are now living in fear. But we do not lose hope. Your promise is inside. We are children, never worry because we're members of the Church of Christ.
I'd like to thank the Church of Christ.
Thank you for your kindness.
We're very, very proud to be associated with the Church of Christ.
Your gesture is phenomenal.
It's helping other people.
We would not be here without people like you.
I'm so happy for the community.
God in heaven, today is drawing near. All the people of this wicked earth are now living in fear. But we do not lose hope. Your promise is inside. We are children, never worry because we're members of the Church of Christ.
And that is our first INCMV for tonight. That was Windstorms. That is a collaboration po of brethren from different parts of the world. O, diba? Medyo nagbabakil na ako ng ngayon pa lang. Kaya naman po habang, ayan. Kuya Randel, I think we have a little time for shoutouts po. Baka may mga gusto po kayong batiin. Go po,
yes,
Kuya Randel.
Yes, of course. I'd like to greet Brother Sasser from Long Beach and his family. Sister Evie, and a couple more from Cairns, Australia to Brother Romy and Sister Ellen. Happy viewing po sa inyong lahat. Hope everyone is safe and healthy.
Yes, we hope you are po mga kapatid. Hello din po sa ating uunahin ko na pong batiin ng ating team Facebook. Hello po to Sister Sophia, KLC, Sister Hillary, Sister Tisha, Sister Cheryl, Sister Lily, Brother Benjo, Sister Rosana, and Brother Nathan. And also, happy belated talaga, happy anniversary po to my parents, Mami Kitty and Daddy Benji po, and Lolo and Lala po na nasa Bulacan noong pong February 2. And also, happy anniversary po kay Tito Henry and Tita Irma Pinol. Woohoo! Love you all so much! Oh, ayan po ang ating first set ng mga shoutouts. Mamaya po ulit, mag-shoutouts po kami ni Kuya Randel, and this time po, we will be doing our topic discussion. Opo, ako po yung medyo nagkukwento pa ngayon kasi po, for our pilot episode, diba? This is our pilot episode and may kasama po akong pilot. Ito yung pag-uusapan natin, traveling the new normal way. Katulad po ng aming na ipakita sa inyo ng mga nakaraang araw. So, eto na nga. Actually, Kuya Randel, ako po yung curious kasi po, I don't really have a lot of idea what's, at yung mga mga updates po regarding traveling now. And for sure po, yung ating mga viewers, baka ganun din, marami din po silang tanong. So, ito po mga latest nyo pong travels po, how has it been po? What have been the changes po? Especially the restrictions po.
Okay, so Bea, to begin with, when I heard from our production team that the first or the pilot episode would be about traveling the new normal way. I actually thought na this would be one of those really timely and relevant topics to talk about. Kumbaga napapanahon po siya. Especially that both domestic and international travels are already allowed. So preparation-wise have changed even from the time that they purchase their airline tickets, the manner by which they check in po, and then to the time that they board to the aircraft until such time that they get to their destination. So kung before it would take you, say, like a day to get all the preparation done, the difference, Bea, right now is that a day before or days before, you'd have to fill out some application forms, which are prerequisite. So when I say prerequisites, these are very vital for you to actually push through with your travel. To give you an instance, Bea, I guess one of which will be discussed by you yourself later on.
Yeah.
Pero before I go to work, I normally just wear on my uniform and then drive my car, head to the airport for work. But this time, if you can see through our pictures now, even in our respective workplace, we do wear masks. So before leaving the house for work, I prepare all those necessary equipments that I need to use, which are essential, as we call. So we have the masks, the face shields, and then part of what we normally do as a routine is that we fill out our health declaration form. So there we get to answer if we haven't had any fever for the past 14 days, or if we have been in contact with somebody who had symptoms of COVID. So these things are really necessary for us to be able to keep a safe environment, because hindi po natin pwedeng i-disregard that as soon as we start doing or performing our jobs, we'll be mingling with people. And this is actually the means by which we get contact with people who might actually carry something that would cause us disease. So that's one thing for sure. Get ready with all the stuff you need, the mask, the face shield, fill up some forms. And then when we get to our workplace, Bea, unlike before as well, we actually do, I know everyone is accustomed almost to this already. They do a temperature check. Just like in the same manner, Bea, they do it in malls and whatnot.
Yes.
So isa po yan sa pinakapagbabago sa traveling. Now later on, Bea, go ahead, Bea.
I kind of have a question po kasi I'm quite curious po about international flights. Kasi although mamaya may mga i-share din tayo about domestic ones, pero for sure po, marami din po, baka may mga viewers po tayo that they're also curious about flying internationally. Are there different levels of restrictions po in each country, and what can we do to make sure po na we can be able to fulfill po ano yung requirements po nila? Kasi it might be complicated. And how much time do you think po ang kailangan to prepare those things po if we fly international po?
You know what, Bea? Actually, that's a really good question. I've been asked that question a lot of times by personal friends and people who know me that I fly for an airline. And one thing I could suggest is first, they have to contact the airline where they booked their ticket to, because they actually have the guidelines. Like, to give you an overview, each and every country, they actually have their own restrictions. Yes. It's not that there's one certain restriction that would apply to all countries. In fact, in fact, even LGUs, they have their own restrictions as to per age that they'd allowed to come in. Different tests, some would just consider RCP, the swab test. Others would require you, in fact, to have it for the past 48 hours. So just to avoid delay, Bea, what I suggest is you go into the details. And not only that, from the point of departure, as soon as you get to your destination, they probably have a different set of policies. And all of these, of course, are health measures, and safe protocols that we ought to comply with para po mapanatiling ligtas tayo sa panahon po ng ating pagbibiyaya.
Yes, so talaga po palang this time po, hindi na po pwedeng parang may flight kayo this week, for example, or you have a plan to go out of the country or anywhere in the Philippines po. Kailangan siguro mga 1 week before, nagpe-prepare na po tayo this time, ano? To prepare everything.
That's correct. And in many occasions, Bea, just I think 2 weeks ago, I've been to an airport and I've seen passengers lining up only to find out that their flights were actually canceled.
Oh.
So, and these people came from the provinces and then they get to the airport expecting that everything would go as planned. And the problem of which as well is hindi sila taga dun sa lugar from where they're flying out of. Then they'd have to spend another amount just to get a hotel for the night.
Yes.
As they
And
wait for the next flight. Correct. As they wait for the next coming flight. Opo.
So,
And
ganun
then,
na po ngayon.
Opo. And then one of the things as well that they also have to consider is when they get to the airport po, they also have to check all the passports po. Because in fact, a lot of these travelers po haven't been traveling for so long. Yung passports po kasi nila, maybe it could be expired. Or sometimes naman po, they have to attach certain requirements to their passport, like they have to get permission from their local barangays. They have to get also permission from their local health departments. And if they're coming out from like say for example from the States, they have their own agencies that give them clearances. So all these things, it might sound simple, Bea, but it could actually cause delay, and if not delay, cancellation of their flights.
Yes. Kaya po, ngayon, para po sa ating mga viewers, kung meron po kayong plano, and this doesn't just go for flying po, it goes the same po if you're riding a boat po, and even some for land travel po. Kailangan this time po talagang marami tayong preparation time at marami tayong pasensya kasi po delays could happen anytime. We should anticipate that po. So ito nga, actually nag-prepare po kami ni Kuya Randel ng listahan dito na mga kailangan po nating i-prepare. So ito, bear with me po. Of course, we have to secure unang-una po yung negative RT-PCR test mula po sa isang licensed COVID-19 testing laboratory. This is a must po everywhere that we go. Marami po sa mga opisina ngayon ay nagre-require din po nila nito on a weekly or even daily basis. So especially po sa mga mag-travel, kailangan po natin ito. So swab test po, hindi po ba? We also have to have a pre-register po a passenger profile and health declaration form po para po dun sa airline na inyo pong sasakyan. Goes the same po para po sa mga sea traveling and as well as land travel po, may mga nagre-require po nito. Also, yung pre-booking and accredited accommodation establishments po, make sure that they follow updated health and safety protocols po. Okay. Other required documents po from your destination's local government units po, or LGUs po. So katulad po ng sinabi ni Kuya Randel kanina, this varies from place to place. Dito po sa Pilipinas, iba-iba po yan. And especially po if you're going outside of the country. So pag ganun po, we have to do a lot of research po mga kapatid, no? Marami naman po tayong ways po, pwede po tayong magtanong doon sa mga local barangays o LGUs po doon. Of course, magdala po kayo ng inyong valid ID or company ID at lagi niyo pong dalhin ang inyong passport. Kung hindi niyo pa po napaparin yung inyong passport, katulad na sinabi ni Kuya Randel kanina, I think it's time that we take the chance po na ma-renew yung passport just in case po, para meron po kayo laging valid ID. Also, a travel authority for returning overseas Filipino workers and locally stranded individuals. So usually po yung travel authority nakukuha po sa mga companies po yan. Ito pa isa, ito medyo bago. I'm not very familiar with this yet because hindi ko pa naman po nakuha yung chance na makalipad outside of the country. Pero we have to download and register po sa isang online contact tracing app. Actually, meron po kaming example dito. So since we are sharing information tonight po, ito po, this is the Trace app. So for this po, I think Kuya Randel is familiar with this one po. Ano po yung Trace app, Kuya Randel?
Okay, so the Trace app, basically, that's an official app and it's governed by the government. Basically what that is that every traveler, may it be on an airplane an air trip, every traveler, it could be an air travel or you may travel by port, you'd have to download and fill out the app. So what you do is as soon as you enter the premises of the airport or the port, seaport for that instance, you'd have to scan it. And basically what would it tell you is that you've been in that place on that specific time, taking that flight or boat ride, and your destination, and who are with you as well. So this is going to be a really helpful app for the government to track during contact tracing procedures. So I've also met a couple of instances, Bea, in which people who weren't really prepared, people who, let's say, for example, aren't aware that there is such app that ever existed. So when they got to the airport, they'd have to fill out by hand. But I don't think that's even available anymore. Those were during the early times when they were given the chance to fill out through the paper forms. Pero ngayon, as I've heard, lahat dapat may apps na eh. No question.
Yes.
What if, for example, you can't really get rid of the fact that a lot of people still don't know how to use their cell phones. Yung mga, let's say, those people above 60s, but not every one of them. Correct. Yung mga generation nila dati. So, could they actually use other people's cell phones? That's a good question. The answer is yes. So the app would allow you to get in 5 people other than yourself. So if you have a neighbor who's traveling with you, or perhaps if you want to help out somebody who you've just met at the airport and for some apparent reasons, hindi sila nakapag-download ng app, pwede mo siyang isali doon. Just make sure that you get his or her correct information. Otherwise, you could actually also be liable for that. So there are many ways of doing things and helping out. And one of which also, Bea, if I may say so, pagdating ko kasi sa airport, of course, it's technology. Sometimes it could hang up.
Yes.
So at some point, they are actually considerate. So they'll put you aside and then they'll help you figure it out. So we need to say, pagka may problema naman, Bea, they have people there to attend to your needs.
Yes.
So they'll help you out, figure out of what to do and how to troubleshoot it para lang matuloy kayo. So people, but you can't get rid also of the fact that people complain. Sabi nga, bakit kailangan pa to? Di po ba? And a lot of people say, yes, of course. And then other people are also complaining, late na nga ako, delayed na nga ako sa pagdating sa airport. Meron pang mga ganito. So piece of advice, yes, be there, not on time, but way ahead of time.
Yes. All right. So, ayun, thank you, Kuya Randel, for that. Very, very useful po. So, I think we should just download this app po. Meron lang kayo sa phone yun yan. Lalo na po kung kayo po ay magta-travel. Pero even po sa mga hindi magta-travel, siguro kahit ako po, we should have this on our phone. Ganun na po ngayon eh. Kailangan prepared po tayo. All right. So, we have just 3 items three items left po. Besides the Trace app, of course, katulad po ng nasabi namin kanina, we have to check out official websites po, katulad po ng Department of Foreign Affairs or Department of Tourism, Department of Bureau of Immigration and local government portals po. Kailangan po natin i-check yan even for the other countries po, wherever we're going to go po. And of course, check out your destination's airport's website for other requirements po. Last one is pre-book a Bureau of Quarantine accredited hotel. Lalo na po dito sa Pilipinas, di po ba ganyan yan? Meron po mga accredited hotels and we have to find one po. That's our assignment po. We have to pre-book po. Okay, so para po ito sa mga non-OFWs and sa mga ROFs po and foreign nationals. So yun po, kailangan
and
po
Bea,
yung
if I may also add one more thing.
Yes po.
Doon po sa pre-booking the hotels as soon as you get or enter the Philippines, Bea, one of the biggest problem of which is the confusion. Who gets to pay? People ba? Who gets to pay?
Yes.
So there are certain LGUs that they cater for the hotel, the examinations, even the swab testing. To mention some, if you go to Davao po, you don't really have to pay for it, but then you can't choose any hotel. They'll put you in the next available hotel. It's pretty neat though. It's clean. It's a decent place. And then while you await the result dun sa swab test mo, they give you free food. But that doesn't happen all the time. So iba naman, baka isipin nila ganun sa lahat ng destination. No, it's
Hindi
not.
po.
Correct. Pero at some point, if you are an OFW registered under OWA, then the OWA also have come up with funding for that. Yung mga seafarers naman natin, meron din silang some of their agencies cater for that. Pero if you're traveling just for personal travel, somehow you went to visit a friend somewhere, coming back to Manila, well then you must have to prepare for paying whatever whatever has to be paid for. Kaya pati yan, maraming nagkakaproblema. Gustong-gusto mo na umuwi, pagod ka na sa travel, tapos pagdating yung pangginatnan mo. So it's always really nice and neat to come in prepared. So hopefully magiging malaking tulong ito. Heads up for all ng mga magta-travel, those are planning to travel anytime soon. Please, please, please know the very bit of the detail.
Yes, gano'n na ngayon. Attention to detail po tayo. Okay, so just a couple of items para ma-complete lang po yung ating first part ng traveling the new normal way. Siyempre po, ano po yung mga dapat na kasama sa mga ipinapak na natin ngayon? Ito po ay mga must na, hindi na po katulad doon na, okay, baka magdala lang ako ng isang bote siguro ng alcohol. Hindi po. Ngayon po, kailangan kayo na mismo mag-prepare ng mga ganyan. Meron na po kayong sarili nyong sanitizer or alcohol po. You have your own pens. Ako po lagi ako may dalang ballpen, dalang pencil kasi po if ever you have to fill out forms po, and you also have to always have data just in case po. Di ba katulad po na. Yes, para yung sinabi ni Kuya Randel kanina. Of course, we also have to bring our own tissue po or wet wipes po and bring extra face mask po. And if you can po, bring your own extra face shield po. Lalo po if you're going abroad po or going to the province po, mag-pack na po kayo ng extra just in case po na baka wala kayong mabilhan sa paligid kaagad. Meron po kayo agad sa mga bags po ninyo. And also, like Kuya Randel mentioned earlier, sila po mismo sa cockpit po, even if that's an enclosed space po, naka-protective gear pa din po sila. So kayo po, if you're traveling po, lalo po, dahil alam nyo naman na it could be crowded po, maybe not so much, but you would be sitting beside people po, hindi po ba mga kapatid, sa ating mga viewers dyan. So tuwing nagka-travel po kayo, lalo kung air or sea po, pwede rin po magdala kayo ng inyong sariling protective equipment po. May iba po na may mga nabibiling, may mga parang mga longer jackets po or naka-long sleeves po sila, may mga naka-gloves. Kung sa tingin nyo po ay mas makakatulong po yan sa inyo, o pwede rin po kayo mag-provide ng sariling nyo, I think that would be better po. Hindi po Kuya Randel, to have your own.
That's correct. Even those apart po ng mga cabin crew namin, those who do the services inside the cabin for passenger flights, they also wear their PPEs or their protective equipment po, and a personal protective equipment. So one of the things also that I may advise, di ba pagdating mo sa bahay, especially the OFWs, excited na lahat ng bata, mommy, daddy, they just want to hug you right away. Yes, they just want to hug you right away, give you a kiss. Oh, that's a big no-no now. That's a big no-no. So as soon as you get to your house, kami, say for example, pagbalik namin, wala mo ng contact, wala mo ng hugs, beso, handshake, not even a handshake. So magpapalit kami normally, even before entering the doorstep. I leave all my clothes, my shoes, and may matching pa na Lysol, i-sprayan mo pa na Lysol, di ba? Correct. You have to disinfect it. And then for some reasons, kahit na-disinfect mo na, gusto mo pang ulit-ulitin, isa rin yan sa dapat nating i-emphasize. See, these products actually, yung mga disinfectants, sabihin na lang natin in general, the disinfectants, you don't really have to overuse them.
Yes.
Kasi instead of you feeling well, it happened to a colleague of mine, pagkatapos niya, sabi niya, you know what, after my flight, I was really so much into protecting myself. I had alcohol, I had all the gels I need. Pero what made him sick? Yung disinfectant, because ang dami niya natuloy na inhale. Oo, so ingat din tayo sa paggamit niyan. Oh.
Yes.
So when you're done with... Sige,
I think the best one, Kuya Randel po, is to take a bath. As soon as you can po, naka-rest ka na, maligo, mag-refresh agad. Tapos yung mga nagamit na damit, yung mga dirty clothes po, ipawash na agad. I-don din na kaagad, itabi na. Di ba po? Di ba? I think that's better that way po. Okay.
That's true.
Medyo naaaliw kami sa kwentuhan ni Kuya Randel. I learned a lot po actually. Thank you so much po Kuya Randel. But we'll be back with more of our topic, traveling the new normal way. I think we're gonna do a bit of throwback din po para naman masaya po tayo. But for now, Kuya Randel, mag-break po tayo saglit. Let's have our second INCMV. Let's get in a request po. Alright, so this request is from Brother Renato and Sister Marilu. Greetings po mula sa lokal ng San Vicente West, distrito ng Urdaneta City, Pangasinan. Hello po sa mga anak namin na sila kapatid na Mariel and Queen na nasa Taiwan. Request po kami ng INCMV na kapatid ko. As a reminder po na lahat po tayo ay dapat na mag-mission at mag-akay kahit kung saan tayo makapunta mga kapatid. Kaya naman po, here's your request po, Karanato and Sister Marilu. And sa ating mga viewers, enjoy po. This is Kapatid Ko. We'll be right back.
Kumilos tayo at magsikap, itaguyod na nating lahat ang gawain pagpapalaganap. Sa buong mundo tayo ay magliwanag. Kapatid ko, kapatid ko, kapatid ko, kapatid ko.
Once again, welcome po mga kapatid to our first and pilot episode of Season 3 on UJ Radio. So earlier, Bea and I began discussing po what are the preparations that one has to prepare prior to the flight, during the flight, what to expect, and above all, how to get to the destination safely with all of these health protocols and safety measures. So, well, I guess, Bea, we have time to greet our viewers. So I'd like to greet our viewers, Sister Jamil, and belated happy birthday. Yan. So also to our viewers po from Canlubang, Brother Jay, Sister Rhea, to Leon and Baby Prince, hello. And hopefully everybody is well and stay safe. How about you, Bea? Baka meron kang gustong batiin.
Yes, meron po tayong mga greetings po dito mula po kay Kirsty. Greetings po mula sa Somerville, Rizal. Hello po sa lahat ng mga kapatid. Let's all enjoy watching the new season of UJ Radio. Hello po kay Kirsty. Hello din po kay Karen. Hello po mga kapatid. Greetings po to everyone po mula sa Doña Faustina Central. Hello Ate Bea and Brother Randel, and also to my KPTD family. Hello din po kay Brother Amor. Hello daw po sa lahat ng mga binhi dyan sa distrito po ng Capiz. Come watch and enjoy po UJ Radio Show, which features INCMVs and our talented brethren. Wow naman. Greetings po mula sa lokal ng Panitan, distrito po ng Capiz. Alright, I have two more mula po kay Sister Grace. Binabati po niya ang lahat ng mga kapatid na nanonood ngayon watching from Liverpool District of United Kingdom and Cadet. Thanks for watching our live streaming. Ingat po lagi kayong wala po sa lokal ng Armenia, distrito ng Tarlac City. So that's it for our shoutouts for this one. Pero Kuya Randel, kasi may mga nagtatanong asan daw yung ating Soundcheck mystery sound, di ba? Parang hindi ko pa rin po narinig ngayon. So I think Kuya Kevin can play our
we can request from Brother Kevin.
Yes, Kuya Kev.
Go ahead, Brother Kevin.
Soundcheck.
Can we do it a little bit louder po? Oh, that's better.
Sapa Kuya Kev. Sapa Kuya Kev. Yun na naman. Kuya Randall, may guess ba kayo? I think nung pinarinig din natin yun sa teaser, hindi rin natin mahulaan po kung ano yun
Oo nga, pero kung tayo naman wala tayong guesses for sure. I've heard that UJ Radio listeners and viewers are very smart. So please, later on, if you may please drop your guesses in our comment section. Pwede na rin po nila, Bea, include ang kanilang mga greetings para basahin natin in our shoutout portion. So please, those who already have their guesses, put them in, and we will read them in a while.
Yun. O, diba? O, ayan na. Hindi na namin nahulaan ni Kuya Randall kasi baka alam na pala namin yung sagot, di lang namin sinasabi sa inyo. So, anyways, okay, so ano na nga, Kuya Randall, yung ating pag-uusapan for this one, I think you prepared questions po.
Okay, so kanina kasi, it's been Bea asking me a lot of questions.
Yes.
Now, I think it's my turn. Ako naman ang magtatanong kay Bea. So, Bea, tell the viewers, when was your last travel and where have you been?
Last travel ko po ay, we went to Cebu po. Ito po ay para din po sa isang activity po sa under INC Production Company. Nag-relaunch po yung Kabayan Ko Kapatid po. Last January, last year na po yung last kong travel. Pero ito, sinushow ni Kuya Kevin, ito po actually yung ilan sa mga naging travels namin before Kuya Randall kasi nagsubmit po ako ng pictures ko. Ayan, so these are a couple of the pictures po na ito po yung mga medyo bumiyahe po kami kasama po ng INC Production Company talents po. These are various activities like EVM Awards po. Ito po ay sa Jensen. Ito po ay land travel po kami to Camarines Southwest 70th anniversary po ng kanilang distrito back in 2018. Ayan, kasi short hair na po ako dyan. And meron pa po ba tayo, Kuya Kev? I think may mga... This one po is mula po sa 70th anniversary ng Mindoro Oriental. Ayan. And meron pa po yata. Ito naman po, ito po medyo later na rin po ito. Ito po ay sa Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. So for this one po, hindi naman kami nag-fly out. Nag-land travel lang po kami. Nag-bus kami. Medyo sumakit yung likod ko pero enjoy po every time mag-travel lalo po para po sa ating mga activities po para sa church. So actually po, Kuya Randel, a lot of the opportunities po that I had na mag-travel po, whether by land po or by sea or by air po, marami po yan nangyari when I became a talent po for under INC production company. Since may mga
That's really
times po
nice.
na, di ba po, kasi po,
The best part about it, Bea, is that naipagsasabay mo yung travel, leisure at the same time, yung
Yes.
pagtupad ng tungkulin.
Yes
I think that's
po.
the most ideal way of traveling.
Yes po. Actually,
Pero the
sobrang
latest one you
blessing
had
po.
was?
The
Okay, so
Cebu po last year.
So it's been a
January
year, so
last
it's about time. So it's about time that you plan for another travel.
Saka na po, mag-UG radio muna po tayo, Kuya Randel. Kaya sa susunod na, after na lang.
And who knows, Bea, who knows, time comes na magta-travel din yung UJ Radio.
Oh, hopefully po. Baka po ang kung baka po airplane ride, baka po kayo ang piloto that time po. Kailangan po ganun.
Would that be nice? I'll be more than happy to take pictures with you sa flight deck.
Kami po ang passengers ninyo. So anyways po, ayun po. Traveling before po, whether yun nga po, whatever means po, is, although syempre po, kailangan po ng maraming preparation, has been, easier po. Kasi syempre last time po, yung bangs ko medyo nagugulo. Ayusin ko lang po, sorry, ayan. So, before po, syempre, yung mga pinaprepare po natin, yung mga usual lang na personal nating kailangan. So, even if nagla-land travel po kasi kami, or tapos one day lang, for example po, yung mga nandiyan lang kami sa may Pampanga or Bulacan or Tarlac or Pangasinan, minsan po one day lang yan. Full day kami, so aalis po kami ng madaling araw and we'd go back po very late in the night po. Minsan madaling araw na. Pero pa rin po kami, nakamaleta, and we bring everything that we need. So ngayon po parang na-realize ko na, we need a lot more things pala, no? Hindi lang pala yung mga usual nating dinadala na damit, kung baka pamalit nyo, costume namin before. This time, kailangan pala, importante po pala talaga that we bring protective equipment po and yung mga pang-sanitize. Kasi although dati po may dala akong wet wipes all the time and dry tissue kasi for the purpose of cleaning my face. But this time po, parang nadala po sa attention nating lahat na, we have to be extra careful pala. Even if you use kakain po tayo, the table po, we sanitize that. Si Mami, lagi po siyang may dalang disinfectant. Nanisisprayan niya lang po yun, even the seats po. Kasi po baka may iba pong gumamit and who knows po. Pero this time po, yun po pala dapat yung dati pa siguro nating naging kaugalian na this time po yun yung natutunan ko. So if ever that yes, we do get the opportunity makapag-travel po ulit, sana naman po this year, kailangan po prepared na po pala tayo sa mga ganung bagay. Kailangan
That's
hindi yun
true.
parang kakalimutan mong magdala ng ganito. No, you have to have that in your maleta, in your luggage, and you also have to have those in your bag, your immediate bag, your carry-on bags po. Yun yung natutunan ko. That's the difference from then and now po. Yun yung pinaka-concern ko. But like you said earlier po, Kuya Randel, a lot of paperwork. You have to be prepared po with extra cash, with a lot of time. Ngayon po, yun na yung aabangan ko if ever I get the chance to travel again po. So,
Pero
ayun.
to some naman, Bea, may mga parents naman that even no matter how much they really want to travel na,
Yes.
they've been restricted because they can't take with them yung mga kids.
Kids,
Di po ba?
exactly po.
If I'm not mistaken po ngayon, it's like 15 and below, they're not yet
Yes.
allowed.
Yes po.
Opo, they're not yet allowed to travel. So it's one of the restrictions that keeping them off from traveling.
Yes.
So
I think,
kagaya niyan, nakita ko nga yung mga pictures na pinakita mo kanina.
opo.
So much difference kahit yung the way you
Yes.
look, di ba? Pati yung
Opo.
mga preparations. Dati kasi when you get in the airplane, you basically just sit down, then buckle your seatbelt. Ngayon parang
Yes.
meron kang seremonyas na gagawin eh.
Madami ka
After
pang
mo
munang
puna-
gagawin.
Yes, that's correct. After mo mapunasan, mag-alcohol ka pa, tapos babalikan mo pa. Makes everybody looks like mga OCs na sila, di ba? Dati kasi pag nakakita
Opo.
tayo ng taong ganyan, grabe naman yan, ilang beses na
Opo.
pupunas, nag-alcohol, di ba? Pero ngayon,
Opo.
parang ikaw na yung naiiba if you don't do that. Ganun
Yes,
na yung ganun na ang setup ngayon. Oo.
That's true. Kaya parang kailangan maging ugali na yan. Pero coming back po, I remember this thing that you said earlier po, that it's nice po, yung personal travels namin, not really personal, it's for the church po, pero it's really nice po that we got to go around po. Although it's not really for leisure, pero para sa akin po, naging leisure na rin siya kasi po, sobrang happiness ko naman pong makatupad po ng aking tungkulin po sa loob ng Iglesia ni Cristo, lalo po as a talent po under INCPC. It's been an honor po to be an instrument po na maging performer po sa mga ganitong aktibidad. Kaya po, you're right po na ang sarap sa pakiramdam that we got to go around and at the same time po, do our duty po bilang Iglesia ni Cristo. That's very nice
That's
po that
true.
you said that po. na ano kayo, nakakamiss po tuloy na medyo mag-travel. Okay.
It's going to happen
Kuya,
soon naman na.
Soon. Sana po kasama namin kayo, Kuya Randel, this time, di ba?
Be more than happy naman, to be with you guys.
Diba? Opo, ayan. Okay, Kuya, actually, kasi po may naging assignment, sa mga viewers natin, may mga naging assignment po kami ni Kuya Randel. May pinaprepare po sa amin ang staff po ng UG Radio. Bilang ito po ay, besides po sa sharing, konting pagpapakilala na rin po ng aming mga sarili sa inyo at sana po nakaka-relate naman kayo. Ito medyo personal na to sa amin ni Kuya Randel. Collections daw po namin. So, wala po kaming specific. I think, Kuya Randel, no, wala namang specific na nasabi anong collection po yung i-prepare natin.
Wala naman. Actually, this is part ng bagong segment natin in which merong interaction yung guest with us, the host.
Yes.
Just so happened na ngayon, ang host is also
tayo
the
muna.
guest.
Opo.
Just for
so
this
next
episode.
Time sila naman. Yes.
Sila naman. That's
okay.
correct, Bea.
Alright.
So go
Kuya,
ahead.
ito yung ni-ready kong collection. Related pa din po sa mga travels namin at sa mga naging aktibidad po for the church. So, medyo madami siya. Ito lang muna. So, these are IDs po. These are passes po sa mga aktibidad po, lalo kapag may mga stadium or arena. Yun po yung mga kailangan. Kasi po pag wala kami na, hindi po kami papapasukin kahit marami po kaming dala. So, I selected a few po na talagang memorable. Although all of those po are memorable.
That's not
po.
even
Pero ito
few,
po,
Bea. That's not even few.
Ito po. Ito ano. Pero wala tayong time, Kuya Randel.
Okay,
so,
pick
ito lang,
the ones that you like best.
Okay, so these, I selected 4 po.
Okay.
I'll go through it very quick po. This is my talent ID po. Nung pumasa po ako as Centennial Choir po. So this was used 2014. Ayan, very worn out po siya kung nakikita niyo po sa camera. Very worn out. Kasi yan ang ID namin for 1 year, 2013 to 2014. So nung malapit na po ang Centennial, nag-issue na ng bagong ID. So this is my Centennial ID. Nakikita po ba? Kailangan ko bang gumanon? Parang ano. And I have 2 more here po. Ito po, before Centennial, meron tayong countdown to the Centennial Concert Series. Ito po yung naging passes po namin para po sa Cavite na countdown. Naginanap po sa Tagaytay International Convention Center. And last one po, I selected this one. This is back in 2016 po. Meron po tayong mga, nung EVM Awards po natin na regionals. Ito po nag-start yun. Ito po ay ginanap sa Season Auditorium po sa Pangasinan. Kasi po, this is near to my birthday. Hindi ko na ilalapit yung date kasi po baka malaman nila yung birthday ko. Wag na. Pero ayun. And I have just 3 more items, Kuya, kasi po, you're a pilot and I wanted to, wow, wala lang. Ito lang po yung may papakita ko na pag lumipad ako. Ito po yung boarding passes namin, tickets po namin. Kapag may flights po kami for activities po for INCPC. So, I think these ones po are back in 2016. Also in line po ng EVM Awards Regionals po. At saka ng isang lingap po na ginanap po sa Davao. So we went to Jensan. This is Jensan. These 2 and these ones po are from Davao. So that's my collection, Kuya Randel. Ano kayong collection ng mga viewers?
Alam mo ba, na-surprise ako. Not a whole lot of people get to collect and keep the boarding passes. I think isa ka lang sa mga, siguro, I only know 3 of you na ganyan nagko-collect talaga. Iba nga kasi nilalagay pa nila sa album.
Yes!
Yeah, of course. How could they not be memorable na kasama dyan yung pagtupad at the same time, leisure and travel?
Yes po. So, that's why I keep them po. Baka po isa sa mga flights nga po namin, Karandel, kayo po ang pilot, Kuya, di ba? We didn't even know at the time.
If that happens, let me know if you're flying in or flying out. Perhaps, we can do arrangements.
Kakatok po kami sa cockpit before or after the flight. Kuya Randel, hello po.
You know what, dati, nangyari din yan, a lot of these brethren who travels a lot. And then, prior to their flight, they give us a call na, brother, ito yung flight namin. It happened na ako nga talaga yung piloto nila. So I went out to the flight deck. I took pictures with them. In fact, kanina, di ba pinakita natin yung
kanina.
Cast
kasama
na,
Direct. Sina Direct Carlo po. O shoutout kina Direct. Hello po, Direct Carlo.
Nagkita kami. I think they were on their way to Indonesia to get their award. So we had a chance po na makapag-picture and makapag-usap.
Picture.
Yeah, that's
Yun, that's very nice. Okay, Randel, how about your collection? What did you select
Okay, so
to share with our viewers tonight?
okay, thanks for showing me your collection. Anyway, my collection naman is still related with traveling. Of course, you have to be punctual, like what we mentioned earlier. Otherwise, you'll be late and delayed for your flight. So what I have here are collection of watches. I'm just gonna choose four, but please don't get me wrong. I'm not a watch collector because when you say watch collector, ang marami sana they have more than hundreds.
Iba yun eh.
Iba yun, oo. I just love to buy and collect, but not so much with being titled as a watch collector naman. Hindi naman.
Opo.
So first that I'm going to show you is a dress watch. This one here is a dress watch. I don't know if you could see it well and clear. There you go.
We could see it, kuya.
Yep. And one of my favorites, a lot of people wear this dress watch when they wear their formal attire, they go to formal gathering. And but for the most part of it, I wear this one here when I attend worship service. So this is just pretty neat. It's thin and it's small enough to fit in your long sleeves or your dress shirt. So, because if it's too thick, pag makapal siya, tatama siya dun sa dress shirt mo. So, one thing I like about this as well is not really much of a task watch. Wala siyang mga features. All it tells you is the time.
Special features.
Yes. So since it's a dress watch, for the most dress watches kasi the maximum of which I think abot lang siya ng mga 24 millimeter. Yun lang po ata yung pinakamalaki sa kanila.
Oh, yung face ng okay.
24 millimeter. Then I'm showing here, second is a diver's watch. Ito namang diver's watch na to, some call this the Batman. So the bezel here, it has blue and black bezel. And they call this bezel a unidirectional bezel. It means to say that the bezel rotates only in one direction. That's why it's called unidirectional. So obviously, the obvious here is since it's a diver's watch, then it's water resistant up to a certain level. Pero a lot of people were telling me as well, hindi daw yung totoo kung ano sinasabi niya na water resistant level. Na yan. So one feature I like about this watch is that it's made of durable and expensive metal. And what it is basically, it can't be corroded with constant exposure to salt water. Isa yan. Later on, I'll tell you which among the four ang favorite ko. So here I have an aviator's watch. This one here is an aviator's watch. So you can see you have the dials, and this one is an E6B computer. They call it a computer even if it's not even digital. I don't know, for some apparent reasons they call it a computer, a flight computer. Maybe because it actually does calculation, conversion of units from kilograms to pounds. And before, the pilots before used this to calculate for speed, time, and fuel consumption. Okay, so way back 1906, through a gentleman named Alberto Santos Dumont, he's a pilot in fact. He spoke with his friend Louis Cartier, and he requested to specifically make a watch for pilots. So that was the birth of the aviator's watch way back 1906. And last but not the least, I have here my everyday watch. So a lot of people say, bakit sa lahat ng watches, yan ang gusto mo?
Bakit yan? Opo.
First, it's really comfortable. It fits right well sa wrist ko. It's not light, it's not that heavy. It's not too light, and it's not that heavy. And at the same time, yung feature niya kasi, it's something that you don't get to see almost every day. Kasi pag suot mong specific brand, may suot din yung isang tao, suot din niya, tapos mamaya magkasabay kayo sa mall.
Pareho kayo.
These are one of the watches which I bought in Las Vegas na hindi siya basta-basta nabibili kung saan-saan. So yan ang sinusot ko day-to-day occurrences. And if you may ask me, Bea, anong suot ko ngayon? So a lot of people ask me, anong suot ko ngayon? The answer is, I'm not wearing anything. I'm not wearing anything.
Kasi that's your favorite.
You know why? Because the only time that I'm watch-free, I'm not using or wearing any watch, is when I'm at home. So dyan lang nagpapahinga yung kamay. All right. So
that's nice.
Let's see for
Thank
the
you,
share
Kuya.
and tell. Thanks
Thank
as
you,
well.
Kuya. I learned a lot po. A little history po. And again, katulad na sinabi niyo, time is important. Lalo ngayon, kanina pa natin sinasabi yan. We have to always be prepared. At kung may maganda po kayo reload, edi mas maganda. Thank you for sharing, Kuya Randel. I like that segment so much po. Next time, yung guests naman natin ang mag-share niyan for sure. Alright. So, okay. So, ayun na. Yun naman po. I think ang dami natin na pag-usapan, Kuya Randel. I learned a lot. Thank you so much po.
Same here.
That's our pilot episode.
And hopefully our viewers as well, may nakuha sila. Kasi if I may say so, itong topic natin, Bea, is napapanahon. Kaya natin sinasabing napapanahon because it's not just any other topics, pero may applicability sila. Especially nga ngayon na open na ang domestic and international. And for our viewers, we will be more than happy to hear your feedback. It might not be now. It might not be now, like what I'm telling you po, Bea. Pero in the long run, pwede silang mag-chat sa atin. Oh, by the way, Sister Bea, Brother Randel, it was really a helpful and informative information that we got from you. Kasi hindi naman agad-agad sila magta-travel, right, Bea?
Yes.
So maybe 2 weeks, a month from now, magagamit nila itong information.
Exactly. At kung meron po kayong mga gustong topics na mapag-usapan po natin dito on UG Radio, you can also write that po sa ating comment sections at malay mo po, mapag-usapan po natin sa mga susunod na episode. Alright? So we'll do a wrap-up po ng ating topic for tonight po. Kaya po namin ito na-share sa inyo ngayong gabi. Kaya po namin napag-usapan ng Kuya Randel, not just because he's a pilot, pero alam po namin kasi na importante po ito na malaman po natin lahat po ng health and safety precautions, protocols po. However po, after everything po, kaya nag-share din po kami ng konti about po sa pagtupad ng tungkulit at pagdalo po ng pagsamba, ang pinaka-importante po, una po nating alamin, lalo po kung tayo po ay aalis sa ating mga tahanan, for some time po, ay malaman po natin kung saan at kung anong oras po tayo makakasamba, so kung saan po tayo makakapunta. So again, kung saan po tayo makakadalo ng ating mga pagsamba. Of course, we have sources po para dyan, katulad po ng INC directory, o po pwede po magtanong po kayo sa inyong mga kaibigan po, o kamag-anak po, o kakilala po sa mga pupuntahan niyo pong probinsya, o kung sa ibang bansa man po yan. Again, unang-una pong hanapin ang pagsamba, mga kapatid.
That's very true, Sister Bea. And in fact, my friends and the brethren from church asked me, hindi ba hindrance yung nature ng work mo or the job title that you have since you always consistently travel from one place to the other? And are you able to attend the worship service? And then my answer is a big yes. In fact, through the SEO organization po, which is also spearheaded by the church administration, sa awa tulong po ng Diyos ay nakadadalo naman po lahat ng mga pilots, cabin crew, and all those personnel who work in the airline industry. So no matter how busy we are, wherever we go, our priority is always to attend our worship service and still be able to propagate our faith.
Yes.
Kasi po marami mga pagkakataon po, napapalipad tayong biglaan. But dati po kasi, we always tend to make an excuse kasi syempre kailangan natin mag-attend ng worship service. There are certain flights, Sister Bea, na hindi ko tinatanggap dati. And then I normally exchange it with my other colleagues kasi nga walang mga dako ng pagsamba sa mga countries na yun. So if you look at right now, the pictures we're showing, wherever you go, right now po kasi, more than 158 countries and territories, meron na po tayong gawain at dako ng pagsamba. So there's no more excuses po na ang isang kapatid ay hindi po nakadalo ng pagsamba. Saan man sila naroroon, all you have to do is to check the websites like what you mentioned earlier. It would readily tell you that the location, the time, and the contact person. So you can email them in advance, text them in advance, and for the most part of it, meron po silang Telegram number. So you could get a hold of them before pa man mangyari yung flight or yung travel. So this just doesn't pertain to the pilots and cabin crew. Our viewers, as of now, nililista na nila lahat ng sinasabi natin. Because the time comes na magbabakasyon sila, they'll be well prepared. Sino bang contact doon? Saan ba yung dako? Anong oras ba? And if you use our app, since meron naman tayong segment na involving the technology and how we're able to attend the worship service, pwede rin natin gamitin ang ating mga cell phones. All you have to do po is to plug it in. It would tell you exactly the location and what to ride, when to ride, and in most instances naman po, even yung how much you'd have to pay the train, the bus, and whatnot, just for you to get from your hotels or where you live in during your vacation towards the house of worship.
Yes. All right. So I
having
think
said
speaking
that,
of segments, Kuya Randel, I think it's time for our last segment po.
Okay, so having said that, let's take them to what the Bible says. This is the most important part or segment of our program.
Ayan po, sana na-take na rin po yung ating verse for tonight and sana po ay makatulong po sa inyo. Ito pong mga na-share po namin ngayong gabi, traveling the new normal way, and of course, prioritizing po palagi ang ating pong mga pagsamba. And with that, okay, I think Kuya Randel, bago po tayo magtapos, let's end this with a happy activity talaga. Ito pong ating sound check. So I think Kuya Kevin, i-play muna po natin ulit yung ating pong sound check mystery sound for tonight. Go, Kuya Kevin!
Parang lalo ako na-confused, Bea. Kanina meron ako naisip pero right now I think I'm taking it back. Parang lalo akong nawalan ng clue. Ikaw ba, do you have any idea by now?
Hindi ko po alam, pero magre-refer na lang po ako sa mga sinasabi ng viewers. Sabi ko po ni Kakael, nagsasara ng drawer. Sabi ni Kachi, sinasara po yung pinto. At sabi po ni Ka Jobert, baka po naglalagay ng scotch tape sa box ko. Hindi ko rin po alam talaga. So para po matapos na tong tanong natin, Kuya Randel, I think let's show ano po yung ating mystery sound for tonight. Para hindi na tayo maguluhan. Kuya Kevin, ano nga ba ang ating soundcheck mystery sound?
It's time to reveal, Brother Kevin. Oh, it's
nagsara ng drawer. Opo.
That's the closest one, I guess. Opening a toolbox, the closest one is closing ng drawer.
Kayo po, ano yung answer niyo, Kuya Randel? Ayaw niyo na sabihin or pwede niyo pa rin ba i-share sa
Ayoko na sabihin, please.
Malayo.
Parang ang layo eh.
Malayo pala. Alright po.
The chances of me getting to guess it rightly, siguro 1%.
Kaya po hindi tayo yung maghuhula niyan eh. Yung mga viewers po talaga natin ang maghuhula ng soundcheck. So, anyways po, we'll play Mouthwatch another time, Kuya Randel, because this time po, matatapos na ng ating episode for today, and let's do our acknowledgements for tonight, Kuya Randel. Go ahead po.
Okay, Bea, of course, all of this wouldn't be possible were it not a very important persons and people, very important to us. Kaya naging possible po ito that we continuously broadcast po at naririnig ng ating mga masugid na viewers and listeners. I'd like to thank po Brother Eduardo V. Manalo for their continued support, for their unfailing love of allowing us po to air a very informative program po which would help and benefit not only our day-to-day occurrences but strengthen us as well with a verse po that we receive before we end every episode. And of course po, Brother Angelo Manalo po, head of our CFO, maraming salamat po sa inyo, Brother Angelo po. And hopefully po, with all your help and support, patuloy po na marami pang marating ang programang ito and matulungan.
Yes, ayan. And of course po, before we end our program po, of course, meron kami mga ipa-plug. Siyempre, hindi po namin, huwag po ninyong kalimutan, manood po ng Fit to Serve. That's every Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning po. Of course, Spotlight po sa gabi. We have that during Sunday, 7 p.m. po. Of course, let's follow and subscribe to po sa CFO pages po on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Of course, continue to subscribe and watch po INCTV and listen to INC Radio. And of course, last one po, yung pinakita natin earlier, kani-kanina lang. Of course, follow, subscribe, share, lahat na po to our INC Production Company Facebook page and YouTube channel po for various activities and programs. And of course, INC music videos po. Ayan. At syempre, dyan nyo rin po kami mapapanood. Ayan, mga kapatid.
So, that I guess wrapped up everything. And to all our mga ka-UJs, UJ viewers, friends, and brethren, once again, thank you for joining us. And this is UJ Radio, brought to you by Iglesia Ni Cristo Production Company. We'll see you next week.
Yes, believe me, with this last INCMV, I will always choose you mula po sa In Concert District of Canada. See you next week, mga kapatid! Bye-bye po! Bye, mga ka-UJ!
To the production staff, thanks for having me.
Woohoo! Kuya Randel! Bye-bye po!
Thank you.
Has always been you and you alone. You lead my life, you mold my heart. I owe everything I have to you. Here I am, my God, I'm forever yours. Oh, I've never been all alone. You are my guide, you hear my prayers. You're my everything, you're all I need. Come what may, my God, I'm forever yours. So when problems are around me and when temptations surround me, when I'm out there facing choices, I'll stand my ground.
When that very moment comes, when I have to choose,
This I promise,
I will always choose you, Lord God. What have I done to deserve your love? There are many times when I have failed you. My broken heart was filled with regret and shame. Thank you for your mercy, Lord, and your unfailing love.
So when problems are around me, and when temptations surround me, and when I'm out there facing choices, I'll stand my ground.
When that very moment comes, when I have to choose,
This I promise,
I will always choose you.
So when problems are around me, and when temptations surround me, and when I'm out there facing choices, I'll stand my ground. When I have to choose, this I promise, I will
always choose you. So when problems are around me, and when temptations surround me, when I'm out there facing choices, I'll stand my ground. That very moment comes when I have to choose.
This I promise, I will